So what's up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to JA News. As always, I'm covering the latest stories here in the world of sneakers. So it looks like Jordan Brand's big fall 2023 release has leaked slightly early, so we're gonna discuss the temperature on those joints. Plus, it looks like Nike has made a decision in regards to Ja Morant's future. And of course, we're covering the latest over at YEEZY. It looks like there's some interesting developments taking place that YEEZY fans should definitely be excited for. All right, so you know how we do it over here. I can't do it without you guys, so make sure y'all smash the like button. And if you're new here, be sure to subscribe. You can catch JA News weekdays, Mondays through Friday. So we're gonna kick things off with a first look at Jordan Brand's big fall 2023 release. So earlier this year, we heard ramblings that Jordan Brand would be bringing back an OG Jordan 1 colorway. And then when we heard that it was the Royal pair, sneakerheads rejoiced just based off the fact that I feel like this is a special OG colorway based on the fact that the Royal Blue is such a far contrast, the opposite of that Chicago red. So this colorway has, always been unique, but after seeing the first images of these joints, it looks like the internet is outraged that Jordan Brand, decided to ditch out the leather for this suede finish. So people are pissed about the change. How dare they make a change to a sneaker that comes from the 80s? How dare they change a classic like this? So I feel your pain, everybody. Everybody's used to that original OG look, and I feel like people wanted these joints to be similar to the Lost and Found with that age vintage look, but this is what we got. They're coming November 4th, so the only thing I could say is that if you're mad about these joints right here, you can still just go ahead and cop the 2017 version, which, looking at prices on StockX, I would say that based on the fact they're going like under 400, prices are not as bad as I would have expected. So I guess you guys can just go ahead and cop the old joints if that's what you're looking for. Unfortunately, like 9 times out of 10, if you're buying these joints off StockX, they may be fake. So for Jordan Brand fans, I guess you got to look forward to these. November 4th, retail $180. So in yesterday's video, I praised the fact that besides all of the collaborations, New Balance mainline releases, are usually easily available to access for sneakerheads, which is a far cry from a lot of the hype sneakers that we tend to talk about here in the sneaker world. So it looks like a new 990 V4 has surfaced. Of course, this is a cream colorway. This comes from the Teddy Sanders Made in USA line. And I gotta say, these joints are clean, although they're probably not my most favorite version of this silhouette. Now, these 990 V6s, on the other hand, with this cream colorway, are definitely calling my name. The 990 V6 is a silhouette that I have yet to own. I had my eyes originally on that Action Bronson collab pair, but because they were impossible to cop, I have yet to be able to try this model out. But I'm not even gonna lie, these cream joints are looking very appealing. So this is a release that I may have my eyes on. And two of this year's biggest mood board brands that you can find plastered all over Hidden NY's Instagram account, Jjjhound and Salomon, are finally linking up for a first-time collaboration. Now, I could have sworn, if you ask me, I could have swore that these two brands have already collabed or linked up, but apparently this will be their very first collaboration. The model that they'll be using is the Salomon XT Wings 2. Now, personally, I've never really jumped on the Salomon hype train, but adding this Jjjhound collab, expect these joints to be super hype. There's no release date planned for it yet, but expect these pairs to sell out super fast and expect them to have crazy resale on the secondary market. And it looks like Nike, they've made a silent decision in regards to NBA superstar Ja Morant, who has been, the topic of several headlines as of lately. I don't have to regurgitate the entire story, but Nike had a release plan for May 25th. So you have the Nike Ja 1 Hunger coming in with this mix match red and blue colorway, which is kind of giving off like police siren vibes. So I don't know who is greenlighting these colorways over there, but anyways, it looks like these pairs have been silently pulled off the Nike sneaker app. So it looks like this release apparently has been postponed. So it's going to be real interesting to see Ja Morant's future, with Nike. Will this just be a release that's delayed, or will we silently, see Nike start to release Ja Morant sneakers once again? Or could his future with Nike be completely in jeopardy. It looks like currently NBA Commissioner Adam Silver has addressed the situation, seeing that he's been totally shocked by it. JA Morant put out like a little PR statement or whatever, but it looks like he's got a long summer of trying to repair his reputation, and we'll see how things go into the season. Of course, we know he's going to be facing a long suspension, but it's going to be real interesting to see how this whole thing plays out, you know, based on his corporate ties, all of his different sponsorships. So I'm hoping the best for this young man. It's just an unfortunate incident altogether. And you know, we weren't going to get through an entire show without a proper Yeezy update. So this find comes from Reddit, so salute to the good ass sub. The detectives over there are like next level Yeezy sleuths. So take a look at this image here. You got Ray Yarborough, Stephen Smith, and Jelani on the right. These three gentlemen are YEEZY design alumni, you know, specifically in the footwear part. Now, what gets really interesting and where the detectives like are putting in that overtime work is you guys are gonna wanna pay attention to the background, you know, focus on the ceiling right here. Apparently, this is the same warehouse location in which the YEEZY castings were taking place. So there's no telling, you know, how recent this image was, but this is a very interesting find. Now, after doing some further research into Mr. Randall Yarborough's LinkedIn account, it looks like, of course, as we mentioned, he's former YEEZY alumni, but he actually had a position at Adidas for over 5 years until recently leaving in February of 2023, just a couple of months ago. So this is very interesting. I wonder what bro is cooking up at this point. Now, we all know about Stephen Smith's history. We already know he's a legend. You know, so many countless classic Yeezy designs under his belt, but this gentleman to our right, Mr. Jelani, I went ahead and checked out his Instagram account, Shoe Preserve, and it was real interesting to see that he was already following me, so I quickly gave him the follow back, and then notice on his Instagram account that he's the designer of these really interesting sock looking cleat that, if you guys recall, Kanye posted these joints last year. So this is like into that sock shoe design that Ye is really heavy into, and I would love to see if the Yeezy sock shoe shared some type of similar design to these joints, because I feel like these are super fire and super futuristic. So as I mentioned, there's no telling how recent this image is, but if this picture is recent and the Yeezy design alumni are linking up, this is great news for Yeezy fans. But then things get even more interesting as Mr. Ray Yarborough posted to his Instagram stories, you know, this image of that Japanese sock shoe footwear right here, which is really interesting because, as you guys know, I got a cryptic email saying that potential sock shoes from YEEZY could be coming soon. So could they be involved with the design? Could we have Stephen Smith and Mr. Ray Yarborough and Jelani cooking up for Ye behind the scenes? I feel like for Yeezy fans, this is a really awesome time, especially with the word that Adidas would be selling off that remaining Yeezy inventory. It feels like this is a great way to hold over fans until we get that mainline Yeezy. So I wouldn't mind getting a couple of these Adidas Yeezy pairs and then, you know, holding out for some cool mainline Yeezy releases. And the sock shoes may be even coming sooner than we expected. So it seems like Ye really won the war at the end, because we're still getting those remaining Yeezys. And then probably with the new structure of his deal, of course, he's getting that 15% royalty, and he's probably out of that contract, so he is actually obligated to instead then put out his own mainline releases. So for Yeezy fans, we can feast right now. We got Adidas joints to look forward to. We got mainline Yeezy to look forward to. So I could even see if, you know, with this Adidas Yeezy line, if things are successful, as we all know they're gonna be, Adidas may even wanna renegotiate a new deal moving forward, but I feel like it's not a part of Ye's vision. I feel like right now he's getting what he wants, the best of both worlds. So I just think it's cool overall. So we'll see how these stories develop coming up soon, but I may expect an announcement coming from Yeezy very soon. So salute to everybody. We're gonna wrap things up right here. Drop all of your feedback, and if you haven't done so, help me out by dropping a like. So salute, guys. Stay safe, stay blessed, and I'm out, y'all. Love.